So I'm supposed to hate 259,922 Somalians living in America because 78 of them committed fraud and Donald Trump said that they smell and they're dirty? Or am I supposed to just hate the 76,000 that live in Minnesota, half of which were born in the US, and 65% of which over the age of 16 all are employed paying taxes? Wait, how much did they steal?
Billions and billions of dollars.
Here I am thinking it was only $250 million, but you know what? It's almost as if...
It's not even believable. It's not even believable.
Just one more example of the generalizations and blanketed hate from MAGA. Just like closing the border to Afghan nationals because of one Afghan national who worked with our CIA and our military. And I'm not even convinced that that wasn't a false flag, honestly. Where's your outrage for the 2,532 American nationals that defrauded the COVID system? Oh, that's right, it doesn't fit your immigration narrative, so you're not going to even talk about it at all. I really wonder who they're going to have you hate next. I mean, we have El Salvador, Mexico, South Africa, Iran, Colombia, Venezuela, Afghanistan, and now Somalia. I wonder who it's going to be next. Not Israel. No, it'll never be Israel.
In this country, we do not blame the lawlessness of an individual on a whole community. What we also know is that there is not a single evidence that the president or his coonies have put forth that there are any single resource from taxpayers in Minnesota that has gone to aid and abet terrorism. That language is dangerous. That language puts the lives of Somalis not only in Minnesota, but across the country in danger. And if the president believed that, and he had evidence, he would take people to court. So we are sick and tired of the president waking up one day and deciding to put forth falsehoods and demonize whole communities, while the ignorant people that support him then take the lies that he's spreading and use it as a fact. We've seen it during the campaign where he said Asians were eating cats and dogs. We've seen his vice president repeat those lies. We've seen the media run it as a headline as if it was a fact. That is shameful. That is shameful. That is ignorant. It makes us look like a stupid nation that does not believe in truth but traffics in lies. It makes the world mock us, and we are better than that. We are better than that as Americans.
80,000 Somali Americans call Minnesota home. Soon upwards of 100 ICE agents could be targeting them living here, many understandably nervous. But according to census data, almost 58% of Somalis living in Minnesota were born in the U.S. That's nearly 6 out of 10. And of those who were born outside the United States, 87% are now naturalized citizens.
We're talking about American citizens. And so to the extent any federal agency is looking to terrorize the people of our city, the answer is quite simple. We stand with our immigrants. We stand with the Somali community. We stand with Latino people. We stand with anyone that is looking to make Minneapolis their home and are proud to be here.
I know many families are fearful tonight. They are. But I want you to know that City of Minneapolis stand behind you.
The police say that the ramped-up immigration enforcement started in Minneapolis over the weekend. In fact, yesterday, a Fox 9 crew capturing agents questioning 2 men from Somalia who say they were stopped and had to prove that they were living here legally. Well, soon after our crew arrived, those agents left, prompting Minneapolis Police Chief Brian O'Hara to reassure residents they have no role in these actions.
The Minneapolis Police Department does not work with federal law enforcement for the purpose of conducting immigration enforcement. We don't provide information to federal immigration authorities. We don't ask people about their immigration status. Our mission is clear: to protect life, to uphold the law, and to maintain safety for all people in our communities.
Now, the owner of a cafe in the Carmel Mall believes that business has been slower than usual the past few days because specifically the rhetoric by President Trump. She says that people are afraid to go out in public, fearing that they will be stopped by ICE agents. She says that because of the spotlight that's been put on the recent fraud cases here in Minnesota, the president is unfairly painting the entire Somali community with a broad brush.
I don't steal any money. I'm American. I'm a business owner. I'm working. I've been in America 26 years. I have my own house. I don't do nothing. So all the Somalians, they're not bad.
Yeah, regardless of someone's immigration status, legal experts are encouraging everyone to make sure they understand their legal rights. And they say it's probably best to keep your documents with you at all time in case you are stopped. Also seek help from an immigration attorney in advance if you have specific questions.
These attacks against Somali folk in Minnesota are about the creation and maintenance of a white ethno-state in America. That's actually not even an opinion that I have. The Trump administration is telling us that explicitly. They are telling us that when the Department of Homeland Security is explicitly tweeting about remigration, which is a far-right European concept about ethnic cleansing, and they are telling us that when they are welcoming white South Afrikaners, pretending that they are being marginalized in post-apartheid South Africa. Everything that this administration and this country, everything that this country does is about maintaining the power of white people to have privilege and to rule. That includes immigration policies, that includes the boat strikes that they're doing in the Caribbean, that includes the war they're manufacturing consent for in Venezuela, it includes the demonization of DEI policies, right? All of it is about the maintenance of white supremacy. And I don't say any of this to be flippant, right? But I do think that folks often assume that there is a more complex reason that we are seeing and experiencing what we are, and it actually isn't, right? It's just white supremacy, right? And I think that like policy and political folks try to obfuscate that reality, but the reality is that they think that this country is by and for white people, and they want the rest of us to leave. So yesterday it was Haitians in Ohio, today it is Somali folk in Minnesota, and tomorrow it will be some other marginalized immigrant group, right? And they will not be happy until Black and brown folks are eradicated from this country. Because to be clear, this is not just about immigration, right? The people they really want gone is Black American folks, right? They hate that we are not slaves anymore, right? And they will not stop until all of us, Black people, as the final boss, they will not be happy until all of us are gone.
Trump has launched a scathing attack against Somalis in Minnesota. He said that the Somalis in Minnesota contribute nothing. He said 88% of them receive benefits and they contribute nothing. He said that all they do is complain. He said that the Somalis in America are garbage. He said Ilhan Omar, the congresswoman, was garbage. He said that he doesn't want Somalis in his country. And this is actually quite dangerous for people who are Somali because ICE agents have been sent to deport people who are Somalis, irrespective of whether they have documents, whether they're law-abiding citizens. It doesn't matter because ICE agents are looking for anybody that is Somali and they are being deported. He said he is going to deport them back to Somalia because he said that all they do is complain. And I didn't realize complaining was against the law. So he said all the Somalis do is complain and he doesn't want them in his country. He said that some people are going to view that as not politically correct. Yeah, that's my Kikuyu accent coming out. So he said that people might think that what he's saying is not politically correct, but he said that he doesn't care. All he wants is to get rid of the Somalis. Now, Africans are in peril in the United States of America. Now, if you haven't already made arrangements for what would happen if you were to get sent back home, I would suggest if you go to property, you start selling it and you start making your exit plan because America is going to get very, very dangerous. The way those ICE agents have been arresting people is actually very distressing. Children in schools, even white children and Black children and Mexican children and Hispanic children are all terrified because these ICE agents are just coming out of nowhere, beating up people, grabbing them, and then just deporting them. Some people, like there's an American guy I saw who was deported to like Venezuela, and he's not even from Venezuela. They're just deporting you to any country. So if you are African, just start making arrangements for you to leave the United States of America. This is not a drill.
I think, like with every community, there's going to be black sheep. So, and I think the majority of the folks are actually just trying to live their day-to-day life and making better choices for their kids. And so their kids could grow up in a better future than they didn't have. But the majority of the people, I think right now, as Somali, I think they're just being more targeted because of that, something that happened. But yes, there's going to be always, when funds are handed, it's always going to be people that have greed that comes in. That's all in human nature. Somali people are actually giving people. They're loving people. They're strong in their roots, and they actually adapt to other cultures, and they're more accepting to other people too in their opinions.
So Somalia is considered by many to be the worst country on earth. I don't know. I haven't been there. I won't be there anytime soon, I hope. But what Somalia, what the Somalian people have done to Minnesota is not even believable. That beautiful land, that beautiful state, it's a hellhole right now. And the Somalians should be out of here. They've destroyed our country. They have a representative, Ilhan Omar, who they say married her brother. It's a fraud. She tries to deny it now, but you can't really deny it because, it just happened. She shouldn't be allowed to be a congresswoman, and I'm sure people are looking at that. And she should be thrown the hell out of our country.
The president has always had very bigoted, xenophobic, Islamophobic comments when it comes to, people who are of Muslim faith or people who are black. We've seen him call African nations as holes, and so it's not really surprising. But what is weird to me is just how creepy he's been obsessed with me and the Somali community.
Breaking news, Somalia has responded on Trump remarks. So this is after Trump called Somalia garbage, that they are stinky, that they need to go back to their own country. He continued saying that Somalia, they don't contribute anything in USA. They just stay there and make the country worse. He said that there is a reason why Somalia is like that and the reason why they are running away from their own country, and he don't want them. So Somalia has responded, and they're saying that people, they are making big deal out of this, that this is Trump. Trump has inserted different countries in Africa, like South Africa, Nigeria. This is not a big deal, and we are not going to make a big deal out of this. Can you imagine this? After being called garbage, and you are okay with this? So Somalia, they say that they are okay with that, and they are not going to make a big deal out of it. Somalia, they have been blocked from USA. They cannot apply for a visa or even a green card. USA, they don't want Somalia anymore. So it seems like Somalia, they are going to go back to Kenya. So there is a lot of Somalians in Kenya, and they are welcome in Kenya. But they have to change because they've been doing a lot of different things, very bad things in Kenya, but they are all welcome in Kenya.
He is President of America. We have to respect him.
Shukriya Bashike and her husband own a store in downtown Lewiston. She raised 8 children, all now with college degrees, and still works 7 days a week.
We order, we drink, any kind.
She supports the president, but not his blanket statements about her home country and fellow citizens.
Some people good, some people no good. But 90% is very good people. They like to follow the rule. They work hard. They work day and night.
A lot of Muslim people and a lot of Somali people voted for him. So he represents us, and now he's targeting us.
President Trump repeatedly said Somali immigrants don't work and do nothing but complain. But here in Maine, Somalis have taken much-needed jobs in the healthcare industry, education, retail, manufacturing, farming, just about anything you can imagine.
It's very hurtful what he's saying. It's wrong.
Efra is an interpreter and executive director of a local community organization. She says with rents and prices going up, many Somalis work long hours to make ends meet.
Most Somali people I know work multiple jobs. A majority of them are very hardworking and very kind people. Lewiston Public Schools, you will find ed-techs, substitute teachers. If you go to CMMC, we have a Somali doctor at CMMC. My sister is also a doctor at the emergency room.
Lewiston's Somali Bantu Community Center told us they won't dignify Trump's remarks with a response. However, some worry Trump's statements may lead to violence against Somalis.
That's a real fear that a lot of Somali people feel, me personally as well.
In Lewiston, Brad Rogers, CBS 13 News.
As a Somalian who lives in Minneapolis, I personally adore all of the hatred coming our way right now, because I know Somalis who voted for that orange POS. And every bit of racism and hatred from that orange POS and his people, I just forward straight to them. Yeah, here's what they think about it. That's right, boo-boo, you're not one of them. You're not one of them. That red hat you were wearing in 2024, you're not twinsies. You're not twinsies. Now, most of us have been here since the 90s and are kinda impossible to legally deport, but they're gonna try something. I don't know what they're gonna try, but they're gonna try something, and Minneapolis is probably gonna be burning again, so that'll be fun.
Most of the people that we meet, especially African Americans, they don't even know their fathers. They don't even know their fathers. It was all of them, most of them were the product of one night stand. One night stand. They will tell you, I don't know my father. Well, who named you? Whose name are you carrying? Well, my mother chose his name for me. You know, I don't know. Is that what we want for our ummah? No. كلهم أو معظمهم أبناء الزنا. أبناء الزنا. Why? Because man, he has to give up the seed. And because the marriage will limit them, they will go from one to another to a third. You know, subhanAllah, it's one of the African American brothers.
Okay, the reason I put this video at the end of what's going on here with them is because I wanted to frame exactly what I wanted to say and my position on it.
They don't even know their fathers.
Now, number one, okay, it's incredibly disrespectful for these types of communities to be speaking on, again, black issues. I don't know why everybody feels the need to want to speak about black American issues. Number one, the black nuclear family is the most nuclear family on the planet. Excuse me, sorry. Let me recant that. The most nuclear family in America. There's more black families together in America than any other race, culture, identity, whatever you want to frame it as. You can look it up. When you do, put it in the comments for me. But the reason I put this in the video is because I didn't want to make this video as if I'm defending Somalis for this, right? In my position as a black American and why I feel the right to speak on it, okay? Number one, you guys voted for this shit. You voted for it, okay? You went against the grain of black Americans, knowing even if, right, let's say we're two teammates and we don't get along, we have to still accomplish the same overall goal first, which is to win the game. Okay, I got you, we got you, black Americans got you in the game in the first place. You're supposed to be on our team as far as on the grand scale. Now, when it comes to the small community things, you can do your own thing. We don't care. But you shouldn't have went out and voted against your own interests. I don't know why every group outside of, let's say, white Americans, because I'm not talking about them. Why does every group that come in off of the hard work that our ancestors that were brought here as slaves, right? Why do all of them think they know more than the people that have been here longer and have endured more shit than them? I don't understand how you can even put yourself in a position to think that you know more of how to navigate America, American politics, identity, and everything than the people that have been here first. We put you in the game. Black Americans got you in the game. You wouldn't be in the game without Black Americans first. This is a fact. Y'all don't listen. The same thing with the Hispanics that voted for Trump as well, because I hold everybody accountable. I hold everybody to the same standard. Nobody's, except Black Americans, I hold us to a way higher standard. All right? The fact that you, with all of the racist tropes, the white supremacy, right? I'm not cutting shit out. I'm a stutter and everything. I don't care. The white supremacy tactics, you guys then went and overwhelmingly decided to vote for him over the Black woman. You can, and listen, bro, we not even finna do the whole Kamala's not Black, she Black to me, and that's all I care. That's all Black Americans care about. You can argue with your mama. I don't care. She Black. She was Black, and she wasn't going to target you. You voted for someone that we knew as Black Americans was going to target you. You voted for someone to target yourself. You help me understand. What was it that Trump said, Black Americans, we watch his actions. We hear what he say. Trump lies all the time. Politicians lie all the time. Right? Most upstanding, sorry, let me drop the volume down a little bit on this mic. Most Black Americans don't even have a political side like me. We don't need a political side. We don't need to be on a side politically. We vote for what's morally right 99% of the time. Okay? You had no problem, right? You want us to help. They always say we need da-da-da-da. Now, the backbone of pushing objectives to get done in this country is Black women. Say what you want to say. No movement is what it is without Black women. We can't do it without them. They push everything. Shouts out to the Black women. But you had no problem when they were targeting Haitians, talking about they're eating the dogs and the cats and whatnot. You had no problem, but now that it's affecting you, it's a problem. So what do you guys, how does the conversation happen when how does the conversation happen when you guys have to talk about this at home? When you knowingly know you went out and voted against your own interests? How does this happen? Do you say, hey, we made a mistake? We should have listened? No, you won't admit that. You're gonna just pretend like it's specifically aimed at you because of X, Y, and Z, and we like, hey, we told you, we've been telling y'all. Now, if Black Americans were to get deported, which cannot happen, Black Americans were to get deported, I guarantee you guys wouldn't say shit. You would be okay with that, because a lot of you feel more right to be rightfully here than the actual people from the country, which is mind-boggling to me. But it's okay. Long as y'all mind y'all business, we mind ours. We don't really care. Like Black Americans, I think we the coolest people. We don't care. We don't vote to hurt other people. We don't vote for the most part, except for Black MAGAs, against our own interests. We don't vote to see people getting harassed, families ripped away, and their lives just obstructed. We vote to what we think, to our knowledge, not as a collective independently, to what we think is going to benefit us. You guys, Somalis included, voted for the oppression of other people because you thought it was only going to target Black people. When we're probably the only exempt group on the whole list. For the most part, we still got our shit. We got to deal with police, injustice, a whole bunch of stuff. But he's going to go after you guys. When are you guys going to listen? When are you guys going to be respectful of the people that put forth the work for you to be here? You can have your own communities. That's fine. Do your thing. When it come down to the overall goal, you should know what team you should be on. And that's just what it is. The white supremacists got it all together. They all argue, they don't like each other, but when it's time to vote, when it's time for them to get in that booth, they all do the thing they're supposed to do for themselves. It's all different kinds of white supremacists. It's all different kinds of black people. It's all different kinds of Africans, Somalis, Haitians, Jamaicans, all other groups. But for some reason, all of ours outside of black Americans, y'all think y'all different for some reason. Help me understand it. Because I definitely want to know. Why would you think you're above where we are? I don't get it, you know? But anyway, and the sad part is, I think and this is the part where I really don't feel bad for most of them, especially the men. I can't really speak, especially the men. I know that for the most part, as far as for the Hispanic people that voted for him, the Somalis that overwhelmingly voted for him in these towns that ICE is targeting right now, I know for a fact, right, that if you had a chance to vote again, you will vote for his ass again, or you won't vote at all. Besides doing the right thing, even though we're telling you and we know which way is the right way, you won't listen. So now y'all got to find out. I don't wish this on nobody. I didn't vote for this to happen to other people. Y'all did. And y'all don't care. So this is y'all fight. Don't wish, no ill will on anybody. But at the same time, if you voted for this, then I can't argue with you on that. I'm just telling you, as a black American, we ain't putting our hand in this shit. We're not doing it. It's on you guys. We did everything that we can do for the next 3.5 more years. We chilling. Ain't nothing else we can do. Ain't nothing else we could do. When we were protesting and marching, none of these other groups were nowhere to be found. None of them. But now that shit is going how we knew it would go, everybody wants assistance from us. We ain't doing nothing. We chilling. We playing video games, working out, trying to go to work and school obstructed and advance our life. Y'all on y'all own with this shit. But y'all need to stop speaking down on the black community at your expense. Because again, black people are the reason you're here in the first place. Be respectful. You running around spreading rhetoric about the black family, and which is not true. Like, it's just, that's all westernized white supremacy talking points that you're making. It's not true. Hey, it is what it is. Let me know what y'all think. Do you agree or disagree? Why do y'all think this is happening besides the fact that they voted for it? Do you think they would still vote for him again? How do we make this go away? Leave your comments below, man. Like, comment, share. Ayo Bassel TV. I'm see y'all on the next one. Peace.